Welcome once again to Brian's Table Talks. Here, Hal's recording it, helping out here today. This is, I believe, our 12th venture in these little conversations. Today, I want to talk about a word that we're all familiar with. The word's called authority. Now, that's a word that means a lot of things to a lot of people. For many of us growing up, authority was parental authority. For a criminal, it's the law enforcement authorities. You never want to hear the words, the authorities are coming for you. And that's certainly one understanding of the word authority. Somebody who is in power or in charge. I want to share something else with you, though. There's a couple of scripture readings from Mark and Matthew talking about Jesus. The people were amazed at his teaching because he taught them as one who had authority, not as the teachers of the law. Now that's an interesting concept for them to talk about Jesus like that. They taught as one with authority, not as the teachers of the law. Now I can't sit here and tell you I know exactly what they meant. Were they talking about Jesus talking as one who had power, not as teachers of the law? I tend to think they thought he taught as one who was more expert in the material, who knew more, who understood it a little deeper. That's something we don't always think about when we think about the word authority. One of my professors in seminary, one of my favorite professors, Dr. Maxie Birch, who taught history, made a comment one time, said, all of history is a question of authority. A little history lesson. About 500 years ago was the Great Reformation, and Martin Luther will wrestle with this, and there will be a question of authority. Scriptural authority versus tradition and such and such. We face that challenge every day, looking for an authority. Now, if you were to look up your phone, you picked a word, any word you want to pick up, and you looked up a definition, you're probably going to find a Wikipedia article. Now, I'm not here to bash Wikipedia. I use it as much, if not more than most. However, as a student, I can tell you I will never cite Wikipedia. It's a great place to start with gathering information, but it's not an authority. When I start thinking of an authority in terms of medicine, I don't get my medicine prescriptions from a friend of mine. Hal, my good friend over here, won't tell me what medicines to take. The authority is the doctor. When I start thinking of a historical authority, I start looking for somebody with a PhD who has studied history in depth. So when they said Jesus spoke as one with authority, he didn't just memorize the law or the teachings of God. He understood them at their very core, at their very roots. So the point I want to make today is that as we continue to look for, in a previous conversation, truth, we need to look for authorities. Sometimes it will be people in power. But more often than not, the authority I'm talking about is somebody who has knowledge, deep knowledge, and understanding. Somebody who has spent time with the material. Not trying to be too cynical. One does not go to an electrician to get plumbing done. Same token, one doesn't ask a plumber to do electrical work. They have authorities in their fields. So when you're out there looking for truth to base your opinions upon, think about the authorities that you were listening to. Are they educated? Do they know the material? Have they experience in it? What gives them the authority? We know what gave Jesus the authority. The Son of God, the Messiah. He was the ultimate authority. My friends, I pray this day finds you well and comfortable. May you take each breath as a blessing and a gift and savor it. And may you have hope that tomorrow is a better day. Until next time, I'm Pastor Brian on Brian's Table Talks. Have a great day.